Hey guys, it's me Candy, and if you're new here, I am a homeschooling mom with 5 children. I thought today we would talk about what homeschooling looks like to you. Would you say this looks like a homeschool day, or would you say this looks like a play day? I used to be really strict about, okay, let's get our books out, let's get seated, let's get started, and all of our schoolwork was almost like doing public school at home. That changed in the last year or so when I realized that nobody was happy in my home when we did public school at home. It was a huge game changer for us when we started doing more relaxed homeschooling, and the kids could naturally search out things that they were interested in. I mean, if you really wanted to, we could just chalk up them playing at the splash pad as socializing. I mean, because that's what it is, them interacting with other kids, which they also do at church and co-op and the park and things. And, that is just as important for them as learning to be around adults or other ages. Anyway, so here we are walking. We walked 5 miles total around the park and the ponds and all the trails. And we discussed alligators and birds and the water and why the water was green. Could an alligator be hiding in that water right there that she was scared to pass? Turtles, ducks, geese, the weather, basically everything under the sun got discussed for 5 miles. They got to be outside while the weather is nice, and it gave them plenty of things for us to search out at the library when the weather is not nice. Also, huge thing for me about days like this is that nobody is on a tablet or a phone or staring at a TV, because while I do believe that they can learn things from technology, I don't think that life should be all about technology. And also, do you see that little bitty turtle? It is there every time we come to this area. Anyways, I am a huge fan of self-taught learning, and I never was this way even a year ago. We have had so many doctors give us so many random diagnoses on my 8-year-old daughter and her learning issues over the years that I've just kind of given up on ever learning what the actual name of the issue she has is. I am more concerned with her knowing how to read, how to write, how to do math, how to balance a checkbook, how to go to the grocery store, how, to take care of herself. Because one day, I won't always be here, and I will try to be here as much as I can for her in life through her good days such as this or her bad. And, to me, it's more important she knows how to cope as an adult than struggle through life, because everybody wants to put a name on her issue, but nobody has an accurate name for it, or otherwise she wouldn't have about 14 different learning disorders as they tell us. She really struggles with memory. She has a hard time remembering her alphabet from day to day, which has gotten better, but we work on it every day and we struggle through it. And if I sit her down every single day at the table and I push and I push and I push, she will cross her arms and she will refuse, and I do mean refuse, to even try to read or try to do her alphabet or try to do anything, because she feels like I'm saying that she is stupid or she is not smart enough, because otherwise I wouldn't be pushing it at her every single day. So it really made me take a step back and reevaluate things and realize that whether she is 1-year-old, 4-year-old, 8-year-old, or 20 years old. She is a human being and a person, and I need to look at her as a whole human being, a whole person, not a diagnosis. And when I looked at it like that, and I looked at my 11-year-old who is so science-minded and wants to spend all his time watching animals or doing experiments, I see that they are their own people. They don't need me forcing things at him or her. You know, he will get out a notebook and he will diagram things, draw them out, write reports, all on his own accord, based on something that he saw outside. He'll go sit out there by an anthill for 4 or 5 hours and draw everything that he sees, take notes on it all, and then he'll go to the library and get books about ants. And he will just study everything. And, you know, I mean, does he really need me to say, okay, you need to sit down and do this? Or does he need somebody to push him to do the things that he loves? And then there's little Mr. James. James is 4, so technically we really don't even need to be doing school. But I was trying to get him to work through an alphabet book, and guess who can write his numbers 1 through 10, write his whole name, but refused to do it for me for a long time. Would not even write on paper. And then one day just writes his name, first, last name, and the numbers 1 through 10 on a piece of paper and goes, "There, Mom, leave me alone for a while." So this may not look like school to some, but to me, I feel like they are learning every single day, even when we don't sit down at the table and do bookwork. And yes, we do at times sit and do bookwork, about 50-50, but I do believe in giving them their own time to do what they feel like they need to do with their lives. I mean, there is nothing that is going to make them feel more confident as adults than focusing on their strong points while they can, learning who they are, what they want to do with their lives. And I'm okay with that. I mean, it took me quite a while to understand that looking at a book all day was not necessarily the way school had to be. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will subscribe for more. And anyways, I hope you have a great day. Also, if you made it through this whole video without getting really annoyed with my morning allergy voice, then thank you so much. I will not do another voiceover before 10 a.m.